What is going on, everybody? How's your day going? I'm happy to introduce to you the first ever issue of a brand new segment on this channel called Manga This Week. Basically, I'm going to be giving a quick summary of manga chapter that came out this week. And yeah, that's basically it. And our headliners for this week are Dan Dan Dan, Gacha Akuta, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, and My Hero Academia. Now, without any further ado, let's jump into it. First off, we have Dan 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 chapter 163. Now, the chapter starts off with Takakura, the Serpent Robot, and Count Saint Germain absolutely obliterating the fairy tale card, destroying it and freeing everyone of its control. But things aren't over yet. Takakura reminds Rin that Momo and Turbo Granny are still stuck in the slowly deteriorating cursed trunk, all because Momo pulled a fast throne and ate the donuts. With the help of class rep singing, they were able to pull Momo and Turbo Granny out of the cursed trunk before she completely disintegrated, but with a minor side effect. Her outfit got messed up, and she's now like 7 inches tall. We move on to the fairy tale card, who somehow managed to survive having the fade round on him by the Flash, Samurai Jack, and Robocop. He stops in an alleyway by the Count, and they have quite a weird conversation. They tell the Count to uphold their end of the bargain and let him go in exchange for the fairy tale card lending him his powers. The Count agrees as long as the fairy tale card admits he took the L. Just for them to do it and get kebabbed through the head with a bread knife. Count Saint Germain then proceeds to attach the smaller knife to his sword and gain the powers of the fairy tale card. He then proceeds to monologue about his love for rare and paranormal items and tells the Dan Yokai the item he most wants in the world is called the Dan Dan Dan. This is foreshadowing at its finest. Next, we have Gacha Kuta chapter 105. After using the box given to him by the broker to rip the giant trash beast to shreds, Rudo confronts the information broker, who hands him the contents of a now building-sized box. A letter from Rudo's ancestors, Canis Subarubu, I can't pronounce that, the Undertaker, who, despite his extreme case of dyslexia, manages to leave quite a dark and cryptic message. He writes about how he wasn't able to stop the humans, and how he has to go in order to keep his family safe, and that they should live happy lives. The janitor questioned the broker on how he knew the contents of the box would be for Rudo's ancestors without knowing what was in the box. That was when he points out the watchman symbol on the bottom of the box. After reassuring the janitor that the box itself isn't actually a member of the Watchmen series, he proceeds to tell the janitors about the information they've chased him for 10 chapters. I mean, that's what should have happened, but just as he was about to say it, he was touched by Momo, who has the ability to read the memories of anyone she has touched, giving all the information they wanted to Zodo. Further on, we have JJK chapter 265. We start the chapter off with Itadori and Sukuna inside Itadori's domain, which just looks like a bunch of random places Yuji has lived in all his life. This chapter doesn't really have a lot in terms of plot. Yuji spent most of the chapter living points in his life before he became a sorcerer, taking Sukuna to his hometown, the playground he played on as a kid, the place he caught crayfish, the farm where his grandpa used to take him to see horses, and an archery range, among other things. After which Sukuna gets pissed and asks him why he wasted an entire chapter on stuff no one cares about. Yuji tried to reach out to Sukuna on an emotional level, to which Sukuna replies to Yuji that he feels absolutely nothing. He understands everything Itadori has just said, but he couldn't care less. But then Sukuna realizes something. Itadori is pitying him, and he's right. Itadori claims that he has the ability to end Sukuna's life this instant, which I genuinely believe is big talk, seeing as how Sukuna just finished folding him in the last chapter. But nonetheless, he promises not to kill Sukuna as long as he leaves Megumi and returns to Itadori. To which Sukuna refuses and threatens to annihilate everyone Itadori has ever cared about to prove his words mean nothing. Now it's time for One Piece. One Piece issue 122. With Vegapug's announcement spread all over the world is in a state of uproar. Pirates from all over the world call out for a chance at the One Piece. Buggy, with Quark and Miyak's hand shoved up his ass, urges his crew to go after the One Piece, while Kobe, still hospitalized, swears to stop Luffy from achieving his goal of becoming the Pirate King. While, back on Egghead Island, Luffy and his crew try to escape with the elders right on their tail. It doesn't seem like they'll make it. But with remorseful words to his old friend Joy Boy about his failure to make him king, the Iron Giant stands between the Straw Hats and the Elders and releases a burst of Conqueror's Haki so strong it not only stops the Gorosei in their tracks, but also sends them back to Emu. What did my man do to have the most powerful person in the world have a panic attack at the mere mention of his name? But with his help, the Straw Hats managed to escape, and with his last breath, or must breathe, the Iron Giant had a flashback to Joy Boy, who tells him that he's going to store some of his Haki in it, and that he's using it to protect himself or a friend when the time is right. Last on the list, we have My Hero Academia. Now, this being the last chapter of MHA, I don't feel like I have the qualifications to cover this chapter properly. So, I'm just gonna tell all of you to go and read it. And I'm saying this not because I didn't have time to write the script because of a test tomorrow, but because I genuinely believe that Horikoshi's last words, say last words like he's dying, Horikoshi's last chapter should be read by people and not be explained by a struggling YouTube artist. Thank you very much. This is the source material signing out.